My name is Doris. About 14 years ago, I got involved with drugs. I was a single parent with 4 kids, and I felt like I was missing out on life. At the job I worked on, a young lady, she started in the same department. We became friends. So she invited me out one night, but I noticed everybody was going into the bathroom. So I asked what was going on, and she told me they were snorting powder. And at first I said, no, I don't do that kind of stuff. But each time I went to the party, I got more curious, and eventually I started using. When I started using, I didn't know that it was going to be the beginning of the nightmare, as I call it. I continued using powder for about 3 years, and then I was introduced to crack cocaine. When I first experimented with drugs, my kids were 16, 14, 12, and 10. I would tell them, I'm going to the store and I'll be right back. Eventually, I started leaving on Friday and would be gone the whole weekend and wouldn't come back until Sunday. I became homeless, hopeless, jobless, unemployable, because I had nowhere to go. The drugs just tore my life apart. It took everything from me. I didn't pay my car payments, I didn't pay my rent, I didn't feed my kids, I lost my kids, and I was all alone. I used men, stealing. I was hopeless. I was scared, I was lonely. I found myself going to a detox, and from there, I was introduced to Narcotics Anonymous. That was the first time. I had about 9 months clean. I wasn't able to maintain my recovery, and I used again. When I was under the influence of drugs, I was capable of doing anything. I was driving so fast, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing, and I ended up hitting a brick wall. When I got out the car, I had glass all over me, but I didn't care because I had drugs on me. I just abandoned my car and left it where it was at. I was very embarrassed. I hated what I was doing. I was very embarrassed because I knew it was wrong. I gave up everything. I had been on a job for 10 years. I raised my kids from little babies, and I just let everything go. I had no hope for nothing. I didn't care about anything. I forgot about goals. I forgot about working. I forgot how to play. I forgot how to laugh. I was miserable in the inside. One day I found myself in a motel room all alone, and I got so high. I was looking in the mirror, and I didn't see me. I saw somebody else, and I was talking to myself, you gotta get some help. You need to get some help. I entered into detox again, and from there, I went to Hope Haven. I stayed at Hope Haven for 23 months, and I started working the 12 steps of recovery. I knew my time at Hope Haven was coming to an end. I had to do something. I didn't know where I was going to live. My counselor gave me an application for a community link. I filled it out. The next thing I knew, I received a phone call from the young lady that was to become my social worker over at Community Link. I met with my social worker every 2 weeks for 6 months. She put me on a budget. She told me to only buy the things that I needed, not what I wanted. And she showed me how to contact the collection agencies, send the money. She made me pull out all my bills. She told me, you need to take care of this, you need to take care of that in order for you to get to the next level. It was really hard at first, but she kept at me and she kept encouraging me, you can do this, you can do this. And I did it. She became more than just a social worker to me, she became my friend. And because of her, I am independent and self-sufficient. 6 months later, after working with Loretta, I was able to rent my first apartment. Once I moved into my apartment, I still had follow-up visits with Loretta. At this point, I hadn't even begun to think of the possibility of owning my own home, but it was somewhere in my brain. Then she introduced me to Tasha, a homeownership counselor. We went over what needs to be paid off. Once I had those issues cleared up, Latasha informed me that I was ready to shop for a lender. The homeownership program taught me about fixed rates, interest, down payments, answers to questions that I didn't even know how to ask. Community Link taught me to apply for a loan that was fixed, try to get the lowest interest rate that I possibly could. I knew based on my homeownership training that I had to look for a house that I could afford. I wanted this house where my family can be stable considering everything that we've been through. Now my kids, they can come. When they say, I want to go see mama, I'm going to mama's house, you know, and my grandkids be like, that's grandma's house, you know, and it feels really good, but it create stability for them and for me. And so I'm happy that I have achieved this goal. And I come in the door and I'll be like, wow, this is my house, you know. And I go upstairs, you know, and I just, it's like awesome to me. Owning my own home means to me, oh man, the privacy. I can come and go as I please. My grandchildren can come over and they can just run all over the house and we don't have to worry about nobody downstairs or beside us or anything like that. I can decorate the rooms how I want because I want a guest room, and you know, I want one of the rooms to be kid friendly for my grandbabies, and then of course my room. And since I have been in my house, I have been very self-sufficient. The information that I have and the way I do things now, if it wasn't because of Community Link, I would have never been able to, you know, save the way I save, stick to my budget. I write everything down. I buy the things that I need, not the things that I want. Community Links helped me with that so much. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now. And just being okay with what I have and not always trying to get what other people have. I'm okay right where I'm at. I'm so grateful for this program. Community Link can help you become a homeowner even when you think the dream is impossible.